Hello and welcome to one of our first reviews at Paul's Yard. That's not my car. This is a good friend of mine, and it's a shameless advert as well as this car's for sale. It's going to be replaced by another MGTF, another special edition that he's had his heart set on. So this one is up for sale, but he's done a lot of work to this. So this is a MGTF 2003, launched in 2002, this model, after the success of the MGF. Which is running on hydrogas suspension. We're now switched to regular coils that everyone's familiar with, and this is a Sprint edition, denoted by the grey hood. We have the big 4-pot calipers here, and we have the large 16-inch 11-spoke alloys, which are the only alloys really that can hop over those huge calipers on this car. So many of you are going, oh, it's one of those cars with head gasket problems. Well, it's a bit like my little Metro over there. They rust like hell. They don't anymore because they've all been garaged and they're all looked after. As with these, people go on and on about the head gaskets all the time. Well, you won't find many that are on the roads now with original head gaskets. It's not a major job. It's not, it's not going to break the bank completely. So in there is your case series 1.8, 135 brake, unless you put a little trick in there, which peps it up a bit. Most of them have an MLS, multi-layer steel head gasket now, which solved all the problems. It was a heating and a cooling problem, which would drain that would mix with the oil, and we'd have our problems. But there's so many people mentioned that already, we don't need to go into that now. Suffice to say, it's quite a straightforward fix. It's done in a couple of hours using a proper mechanic that knows their way around these cars. To do it properly, you do the water pump, the cam belt and everything in between while you're in there, and it'll give you thousands of miles again. So don't be put off by buying one of these because of the head gasket. If it's been done, generally you'll be fine. A lot of people thrashed them before they got warmed up, and that didn't help. You've got to have a bit of mechanical sympathy, let them warm up, come up to temperature, and then go and have your fun. So this one's currently for sale. Drop me a message on my page, Paul Thompson 1275 on Instagram as well, if you're interested in this car, and I'll give you the price details. It's quite a rare one. My friend bought it last year. It's only had one owner before that. It's on about 60-odd thousand miles, I think 65,000 miles. It's in Starlight Silver. He's done a lot of work to it, including upgraded exhaust at the back, which isn't a strange aftermarket one. It's a proper one for these cars, designed for it. So that's all been dealt with. They say he's done lots of body work to it to get it in this pristine condition. You're looking at brand new tyres, freshly refurbished alloys. Interior's in fantastic nick. It's got a few extra bits and pieces beyond. You can tell the Sprint edition, it's got the grey dashboard, Alcantara seats, chrome pack here and there, Momo gear knob there, and steering wheel's all nicely done with the airbag built into it. So it's a fun car, this, massively underrated, and a fantastic club scene on the MGF register through the MG Car Club. Well worth a look at these if you've been looking for a summer convertible. It's not going to break the bank. So this is sort of just under the £4,000 mark, negotiable, but it's in fantastic condition. There aren't many cars you can buy like that with the backup of service and parts you can get these days. There's still loads of bits and pieces you can get for these, and say the following for these is huge. I've had 3 of these myself, and the club scene is fantastic. So as we go around to the driver's side, we can have a look in here. It's all very tidy. We've got MG mats. It's come with a fantastic stereo fitted as well, Kenwood. So and you've got a wind deflector there as well. It's got all the toys, this one. So it's got everything you need just to jump in and go and just use it. So worst bit of design on these cars was that. That should have been a push and release. Biggest mistake they made. I don't think it would have detracted from the styling too much if that sat out sort of half of an inch so they could push and release it, because if you don't, you chuck your keys in that boot, you've had it. You've got to go in via that light. So I'm just warning you, if anyone buys one of these, you've been looking at them, just a little tip that, make sure you tap your pocket and you've got the keys in your pocket before you slam that boot, otherwise you're into tears before bedtime. So we'll just lower that down a little bit. Hood's very easy to operate. I'll try and do this while holding the camera in a stick. So we've unclipped it, and then there's a second bar just to flip back there. I mean, do it very slowly because you're meant to fold it really, because of that plastic screen is easy to crack. But it's a very warm day, so I'm not too worried about it. I've test folded it just a minute ago, and it's folded nice and neatly. Close those clips up, make it look nice, and we have a tonneau cover for it just here in the matching colour. So that's included, obviously. And I am checking. I've got the keys in the pocket before we go. Bang, like that. We've got new badges. Look at that. This car wants for nothing. We've got dust cover caps. We've got centre caps, all replaced. So this car is absolutely fantastic and ready to go. I think we better fire it up really, hadn't we? I'm not insured to drive it on the road because it's my friend's car. So let's dig out the keys out of my pocket. Jump aboard. Right, handbrake on in neutral. Don't leave them in gear and start them. From bitter experience, they take off and they cause lots of damage. Anyway, so we're going to fire her up and hear that exhaust. Well, it's a bit fruity, isn't it? So to get a sports car for under 4k in this condition with 520 miles is an absolute bargain in my eyes. You just jump in it and go. Gets lots of smiles as people see you passing by, carefree, thinking, yeah, all this for well under 4 grand is an absolute bargain in my eyes. So we'll leave her running, handbrakes on, and we'll just have a final tour around the car so you can have a quick look at it. But these cars, another stick problem there, technology, huh? These cars are an absolute little bargain in my eyes. I've had 2 or 3 of them, and they don't hang about, especially if you've had the ECU played with, which isn't a major thing. K-Maps can do that for you. And you have a nice exhaust on the back, a fruity exhaust, wind in the hair, out for a nice run in the countryside. What more could you want? There you go, gleaming. What would that be if that was a BMW or a Merc? It'd be triple that money and triple the expense to keep it on the road. But I think that's a lovely little modern classic, should we call it. So it's a 2003 model, so a 19-year-old car there, and I think that's a little bargain. Hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please share, subscribe, like and comment as much as you want. And this guy is part of the MGF register and the car club, so it's quite well known. And there we go, that's an MG TF 135.